random fights with random people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. And you're thinking, am I back in high school? Or I think they may ask her if she understood because she's not the brightest.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And ultimately, she, just decided, no, it's just that Marjorie is a little slow. Books. And I think people are just tired of it. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, you're like, you know what, basic things like FEMA, we need to make sure that it's funded. And these guys.
Picture this, a confused committee chairman with hearing aids, a congresswoman dropping burns hotter than Georgia asphalt, and Jimmy Kimmel comparing MTG to a sun-baked Barbie doll. Sounds like a sitcom, right? Nope, it's just another day in American politics.
She did. She did.
Yeah, she started it.
She did.
Did you have that phrase, what was it again? Bleach blonde.
Bad built.
Bad built.
Butch body.
Butch body. It's so good. Was that floating around in your head before this?
No.
Holy cow, you just...
So like when you clip it up, I mean, it looked like it was really fast, but it wasn't. There was a lot of time that passed.
A epic clapback. And did you just have that in your pocket, or was that just a moment of inspired improvisation?
It was inspired by...
But here's the kicker, Trump's not laughing. In fact, he's madder than a wet hen in a thunderstorm. Want to see how this political comedy special ends? Keep watching, because this show's got more twists than a pretzel factory. This has always blown my mind a little bit. 91% that watch this show regularly haven't subscribed. Could I ask you for a small favor before we start? If you like this show, what we do here, and want to support us, the free simple way you can do just that is by hitting the subscribe button.
So when you look at what people are offering, what their platform is, whether it's, aligned with making sure that the convicted Orange Jesus.
Hold on to your hats, folks. We're diving into the juiciest political smackdown since the last time someone insulted Trump's hair. Picture this, a House committee meeting that suddenly turned into a comedy roast battle. Our star players, Jasmine Crockett and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, we all know MTG isn't exactly known for staying on topic. She's like that one aunt at Thanksgiving who starts talking about chemtrails when you ask her to pass the potatoes. So when Greene went off on one of her famous tangents, Crockett decided it was time to bring out the big guns. And boy, did she bring them out. Crockett hit Greene with an insult so savage it probably left scorch marks on the committee room floor. She called MTG a bleach blonde, bad-built butch body. That's right, folks. BBBB. It's like the worst boy band ever, but it's just Marjorie Taylor Greene.
That is for sure. And so it's about making sure that we've got the House Democrats and that we end up with the Speaker Jeffries instead of MAGA Mike, right? But the reality is that the only way we get anything done is if there is a strong team in place. And I can tell you that I have the best team that money cannot buy. It's about making sure that we hold on to the Senate and that we have the White House. And so people should look at this election and be very selfish about it and say, you know what? I've got to do what's right for me.
The room went quieter than Trump's Twitter account after the ban. You could practically hear the collective gasps echoing through the halls of Congress. The committee chairman tried to regain control, but he had about as much success as a cat herder at a mouse convention.
And what do you tell people? Like, what's your message to people?
It's not about bleach blondes. Right. No. I really have.
For sure, because he's running against one.
You better.
I guess the president, his campaign, people saw this and they said, we need to send you out on the road to spread the good word, yes?
Yes.
Yes, and so you've been doing that?
I have. I've been trying to make sure that people understand that this election should be about them. We spend so much time focusing on the name.
Meanwhile, this verbal grenade Crockett tossed was exploding all over social media. It spread faster than a rumor about Trump's toupee in a wind tunnel. Even Crockett's pastor got in on the action, probably thinking, "Thou shalt not roast thy neighbor," unless it's really, really funny. But here's the kicker, folks. While the Democrats were openly cheering and the Republicans were trying to keep straight faces, there was some sneaky business going on. Word on the street is that some GOP members were giving Crockett the old wink wink, nudge nudge. Looks like even in the red corner, there were a few secret fans of this epic takedown. Just when you thought the roast of MTG couldn't get any hotter, Jimmy Kimmel decided to crank up the heat. Turns out, Kimmel wasn't about to let Jasmine Crockett have all the fun.
Is she the dumbest person in the House of Representatives? Representatives?
I'd be hard-pressed to find someone dumber. Instantaneous.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it was funny. Have you seen her, Marjorie, since the incident?
Yeah.
You have.
Finally.
And is it civil or no?
We don't talk.
You don't talk, yeah.
No.
I get the sense that it's not just Democrats that don't like her.
Oh, no. Like, her people don't like her either.
Her people don't like her either.
He invited her onto his show, turning a political spat into late night gold. And boy, did he deliver. Kimmel didn't just poke fun at Greene. He barbecued her with a menu of insults that would make Gordon Ramsay blush. First up on the roast menu, a comparison that'll have you spitting out your drink. Kimmel described Greene as like a Barbie doll that got left out in the sun too long. Ouch! That's gotta hurt more than a sunburn on a bald eagle. But wait, there's more. Kimmel didn't stop at just one zinger. He whipped out a whole list of nicknames for Greene that had the audience in stitches. We're talking Hulk Hogan headed HoneyBaked Ham and Gazpacho Goblin. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to think Kimmel's been saving these up like a squirrel hoarding nuts for winter. And the audience? They ate it up like it was the last slice of pizza at 2 a.m. Every punchline was met with more laughter and applause than a cat video marathon. It was like watching a comedy special, but instead of stand-up, we got sit down and roast. But Kimmel wasn't just there to make us laugh. He was serving up some political commentary with a side of humor. It's like he was saying, hey, if you can't beat him, at least make fun of him. And make fun of him he did. Remember how Crockett suggested Greene might be the dumbest in the House? Well, Kimmel took that ball and ran with it. During a House Oversight Committee meeting, Greene was apparently so confused that she thought C-SPAN was a new diet plan. I mean, come on, even my grandma knows C-SPAN isn't something you eat. You know what's really interesting though? We didn't hear a peep from Greene or her team after Kimmel's roast. It's like they were playing the world's quietest game of hide and seek. Maybe they were too busy looking up what CSPAN actually means. Well folks, it looks like our political comedy show just got a whole lot spicier. Who knew C-SPAN could rival Saturday Night Live? But here's the kicker, all this roasting isn't just for giggles. It turns out political humor is like a sneaky little Trojan horse for ideas. While we're busy laughing at Marjorie Taylor Greene's latest blonde moment, we're also digesting some pretty serious critiques of our elected officials. And let's be real, nobody does it better than Jimmy Kimmel. He's got a way of making even the most hardcore MAGA fan chuckle. But don't be fooled by all the laughter. These jokes pack a punch. They're shaping how we see our politicians, one zinger at a time. So next time you're watching late night TV, remember, you're not just laughing, you're learning. And who knows, maybe all this political roasting will finally get some of our representatives to shape up, or at least invest in a better hairstylist.